We doing everything they talk about. You know I'm everything a boss about. Not putting work and gotta.
Helvetic, at least the team I root for, hasn't been, the greatest this year. Isaiah Weed just got put on IR. They're bringing in Jordan Norwood. He was a receiver for the Panthers last year. Played some quarterback. So I'm assuming he's coming in to play some quarterback as well this year, at least this week. They still got Keelan Cole, Milan Spiller. It's an offense that really hasn't gotten any production. Obviously, the last time, we there was big news around the Helvetic Mercenaries is what happened with DeMarco Artis in Madrid and the cheap shot situation. They're playing the Raiders, a team they have yet to beat since being in the ELF. Give me your quick thoughts on Raiders playing the Helvetic Mercenaries.
I mean, I think it's pretty simple. I mean, you look at it and you're like, okay, the Mercenaries haven't got any wins this year. They're having discipline issues with what happened with DeMarco Artis. And then you have injuries to your quarterback. You got all of these changes while you're trying to, start something. It seems like, they changed. Was it last year or this year they changed to the Mercenaries name in Switzerland? So they're still trying to build, and you're getting into this matchup where you don't look like you have a chance to win it. And, I mean, it is what it is. Maybe they don't have a chance to win it. But when I look at this game, I say this is one of those, are you going to fight moments? This is a game that the Helvetic Mercenaries can decide, hey, we might not be as good as them. We might not be even ready for this game, but we are ELF caliber team, and they're going to have to do more than just show up to beat us. And I think that's pretty much what I see going on this week. I see that we're going to be able to find out if the Mercenaries are in it for the long haul, or is this like a one-year thing with this team? Or is this going to be a lot of changes coming after this? Because this is one of those situations where with all those changes, no one expects them to do anything. So as long as they do more than the average, they'll be fine. And, we can say, okay, they'll get it going later. And from the Raiders, obviously, don't fall into that trap. Don't let this team that is going through turmoil show up and catch you sleeping. And you got to hope that the Raiders come in there, do their business, and go about their next game.
Let me ask you this: some guys that we know, at least on the coaching staff with D coordinator Coach Wood and obviously Coach Horford, and obviously the Swiss season is coming to an end next month in July. Maybe they could bring some of the top Swiss talent at least back. We'll see, but can these guys do enough? It seems like they want to build this thing up.
Yeah.
And they want to provide some stability versus just, a constant circle of changing, especially with coaches. Can these guys build a foundation this year that next year they're not waiting to the Swiss League to be over? Next year they're competing. They already showed that they can recruit. The fact that you could get someone like an Aaron Jackson, a Keelan Cole, take Isaiah Wee from Cologne, DeMarco Artis, who very well of in Finland. So they already showed that they could recruit. But can they do enough to set a foundation this year to build on it heading into next season?
I think they can. I think that's one reason that I was saying this is one of those games where you just want to see if they can, fight as a team, because it really is going to show. If this team continues to fight and play well, whether they win or lose, it shows that they trust those coaches that are in charge. And like you said, they recruited decently all season. There was high hopes. They got a lot of big names out there, but the chemistry just hasn't come together on the field. And that's one of those things where people will say, okay, well, let's point at the coaching. I'm not going to go that route, because I'm going to say that football is one of the few sports where chemistry is more important than talent a lot of times. And when you throw a team together, the chemistry isn't there right away. And we've seen this in the ELF. A lot of teams that have, showed up. You have the new franchises, or the I forget the word they use for it. Expansion teams. There you go. The new expansion teams, a lot of times, is either, we come in, new expansion team, and boom, we're off to the races, like you have Nordic Storm this year, or it's a slow climb. We had the Badalona Dragons a couple years ago. The first couple years they were in, they were horrible. Then they made the playoff. That's the route that you can go. I think the Mercenaries are going about that route. They're saying, hey, we're going to build a foundation here with these guys, but it's going to take some bumps and bruises. And unfortunately, the way that the ELF is set up now, teams kind of already have their foundations. So you're starting behind the eight ball. And if you just say, hey, we'll just start again behind 8 ball. You're just adding another year of, okay, we have to work through it. I don't think that's where they're going. I think that a lot of these players are responding well to the coaching, the organization, and they're finding their way. Again, this week, probably not going to get a win against the Raiders, but we're looking more to see what kind of fight is in this team in this matchup.
Absolutely, and it sounds like Perfect Purpose, who's looking to go perfect this week, is picking the Raiders for this matchup. Probably a good choice. Let's head into
let me throw it out there.
Oh yeah,
the team I ever rooted for was the Swarco Raiders back when they had the big championship tournament, the Euro Bowl. Back when they had the Euro Bowl, the first team I saw play were the Swarco Raiders, and I've been a fan of them ever since. So that obviously has a little bit of to do with my pick. Is I'm definitely picking, the team that I like the most, which is now Tyrol Raiders in the ELF.
Absolutely.